Hello everyone, update time again. Or I shouldn't say again, there's always an update I could do. I just wait till there's enough to really make it interesting. There's quite a lot new on every regard, so I'll start with some of the new stuff, and then I'll go into alterations, because I've been working on stuff and I've been waiting for a certain piece to come into the collection before I do this update. And it arrived about a week ago, but I've been working on other things. First up, L&ER teak coaches. I got a set of 6 of them. There are duplicates, but I'll deal with that. They'll look good behind my A4 Falcon, which is now not correct since it's no longer 4484, it's 4485. A friend of mine who did the work ran out of force, so he had to change it one up. So here's my Delaware and Hudson PA, now DCC and lit. Four UP small flats with logs. And my A4 is derailed over on that Pico switch, which is now causing me a headache. I regret buying that curved Pico switch. A Pacific Fruit Express flat, 2 of them, with one with containers on the Rio Grande and the Pacific Fruit Express, and then another, I'll move the freight up a bit so I can end up being able to reach to the Pacific. 2 Southern Pacific flats, New York Central double door boxcar, Milwaukee Road high cube, a Southern Pacific sliding door boxcar, and nice little part to go with all those logging equipment I'm working with, which I will show later on, is this tool car slash caboose, flat car, all that type of stuff for the logging industry. Now then, I'm going to quickly, before I forget, unfortunately, I didn't want it to happen during the movie, but actually I got room, I'll just leave it there for now. I'll get on with the video. Actually, first I'll go down to these ones down here, because there is one new engine down here, which is this one. Found at a hobby store while I was there with a friend. I need to find the handrails for it, but it's got a nice good motor in it and a nice variant of details on the roof. I just have to fully decide on the railroad it's going to be painted into. And then this unit, as everybody last noted, was in one piece. Its original shell fell apart, the glue was wearing off, so I cut up this Amtrak unit I was given the shell for, I believe it was a lifelike frame, which I have no frame for. So I'm going to modify it to fit and then make handrails to fit both ends. With this CN, it's still a dummy, but I did all the handrail, the long parts out of brass wire and found stanchions, so it's now got all of its handrails. I did not make the front or rears. I amazingly had extras of those, since those are a pain to make. All these other engines, the new things are, the lights are better now, so it's actually 2 bulbs in between the number boards instead of that Athearn light bulb in the cab, and they're all DCC'd. All these locomotives. And with these 2 AB sets, Bloody Nose in the daylight. They're permanently drawbarred together, so until I undo the screw they're not coming apart. And on both units they have the ice breakers. I don't think they're showing up that well on this unit since they're black and they're on a black roof. There's the one on there and then the two up front. Now then over to here, we'll start with some of the, where this is all new stuff. A friend of mine, we were going through his collection, he models Union Pacific, so he had a bunch of coaches that were tucked away that when he got around to it, they were going to be painted into Union Pacific. Some of them I did my best to try to prevent, and he said, well, if I can find stuff to trade for, or as he said it, when I find stuff to trade for, they'll be officially mine. Until then, they're on loan type of thing. First I found was the Southern Pacific Daylight Sleeper, a Pennsylvania Pullman. Well, the original one was this one, but then another friend found in his collection the one that actually says Pennsylvania on it, because this one doesn't, it just says Pullman, but they both say James Logan on them, so I think the Pennsylvania part was just erased off the car for its transformation to something else. Probably CP, because these are pretty close to the CP paint. A dining car. The United States Mail Railway Post Office car, or coach. And my personal favorite that I really argued with him to go after was this little one. I shouldn't say little, River Rossies make the longest, some of the longest equipment. But this coach is for the Ottawa Sewage and Sludge Works. And it was nicely done up with a little interior in there, in the vestibule, chairs and everything. And it's a mid-train coach. And the interior seats are white, yellow, and brown. I think that sort of relates very well to a sewage and sludge works company. Now that these are going to be out of the way for the moment, next up is one I'm working on, is a little CN bobber caboose, I believe these are called. I've painted up the frame so it's black instead of the silver, except for the steps. Whited the handrails, gave it a new camera slip, gave it a new stack thanks to a friend. Metal wheels, and it's sitting on a depressed center flat car and a derrick crane, which I'm working on for Iron Mountain. It's the same as that SD40 I had, because the shell I had, I traded the shell to a friend. Then also Pacific Fruit Express 57-foot mechanical reefer. The Athearn trailer, or tractor trailer, with opening cab with the tilt forward. An undecorated Athearn F7A, and tucked away a Pennsylvania train mast. And the nice story about this one is it was a dummy when it was given to me by a friend. I have since then built it with all the handrails, got a Leslie P5 if I remember what the bag says correctly on it, but something tells me I'll be corrected on that. Powered it, and now it's DCC and lit. And of course it's hard to show what's sitting there, but the dummy frame is right here. The dummy Trainmaster frame. It's really easy because only the Trainmaster has a truck that looks like that. And there's the dummy plastic wheels. I found a frame with the gears and the metal wheels, so I put it all together and voila. Next to it I have a SP SD9 Bloody Nose. I traded a friend for this and a bunch of rolling stock for my Santa Fe number 611-9, because I don't really model modern locomotives. I've traded away my Santa Fe's and my Union Pacific. I just got the CSX one. I think I'm going to keep that because it goes with my F7 unit, so I have two CSX units. Next up is a Pennsylvania cabin car, as they call it, and the old Bachmann Norfolk and Western auxiliary tender. And there's a lot of differences between this and the Spectrum for those of you out there. Also, 2 Pennsylvania stock cars with the curved top roofs and a very nicely done up Pennsylvania cabin car, as a lot of people remember, with the antennas, the lamp on the back. And finally, for new in this spot, is Western Pacific bay window caboose. Now then, as I go back towards this engine facility, because it's full of new stuff, I'm just trying to organize a little better quickly so I have room. First of all is this inspection vehicle for the C&WL rail inspection car with fully operating pantograph. I still need to do some work on it. It doesn't run true. In fact, there's no motor, it's a dummy. There's nothing there. But it's got an interior. Next up, Erie heavy duty 4-truck flat car. Pacific Fruit Express reefer. My little logging railroad coal loaded gondola. It's made of wood. It was a nice find at a hobby store, and that was a blooper in a way there. The camera falling forward on its face type thing. Next up, Norfolk and Western hopper. I've yet to load any coal into it, since everybody knows Norfolk and Western was known for coal. And finally, for this line, for a string of cars, a Southern Pacific tanker. Single dome. Next siding is something I'm really happy with finding. I forgot the power was still on. Is this Cato Elco it was an RS3. It's been modified to represent some of those units used on Chicago and Northwestern. It's still a work in progress, and it's going to be painted and everything when it's done. And now behind it, an Erie gondola, or covered gondola I should say, Denver and Rio Grande gondola, Southern Pacific auto parts boxcar, and a CN sliding door boxcar. And yes, I do have quite a few CN sliding door boxcars. But then again, I also have quite a lot of CN locomotives to back up why I've got the CN boxcars. And as a lot of you probably were aware, this is a dummy because it's sitting on a power track right now, as that Elco showed. And it's not buzzing, it's not lighting up, it's doing nothing, just sitting there. Finally, third track. It's easier if I just set the camera down. A nice little log car, or flat car. This was a track cleaner, because you can undo the lid of this tank, as I just did, load up your fluids into it, and then it would drip down underneath, but I took the bottom part off because it was just a metal hanger. There was no actual brush material left on it. And this is what I'm going to use as one of the logging cars. I've yet to load up the little gondola area I made for that spot. And then I've got a 5-string of Southern Pacific spine cars, and also a friend gave me some containers for them. So I got the Rock Island trailer service, the Rio Grande Railroad, Southern containerized freight, and 2 Western Pacifics railroad service ones. And then I went out and got metal wheels. Everything so far I've shown you has metal wheels on it. Okay, building wise new, I want to just pass over the new locomotive that's sitting down here. First of all is this coaling tower, which my Hudson and Bolt Nose Betty are sitting under right now, as well as a nice new roundhouse. And this reason there's a spot empty there is because I need to get the 90-foot turntable for this roundhouse. That's why that one and that turntable have moved back over there, because this one's going right where it is. And only 5 of the stalls are taken by my CN Hudson, my CN 080, 210-2, 282, and my undecorated 482, which aren't new. So that's why they're in there. The new locomotive is this one sitting right here. This is a brass and white metal, hand built, yet I've yet to find any white metal parts, so the paint that's chipped off. Sterling single powered model. Got it off eBay. It runs pretty nicely. It needs a bit of run time and cleaning. And I don't believe that is accurate by what I've researched on it, is the 2-tone green on the tender. I could have sworn by what I've seen that both greens are the same color, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked at a picture of the real locomotive in a while, and it's missing the graphics or the numbering and the railroad name. It's missing a lot. It's missing a little bit on the front or the smoke box. I just need to fabricate that little part. It's got real British coal glued down to the tender. Unfortunately, a chunk broke off in shipping. It's just sitting here in like a full British style, with a water the tender getting water put in, and it's waiting at a semaphore. Well, that's everything new. I have another locomotive on order. I have one engine out getting new sound put in because the old decoder was crap. It's getting a Tsunami proper Alco sound for a PA-AB set. My SP ones, and then once they're back, they're going to get the ice breakers on them too. And I've got the antenna set up for that Penzi Trainmaster ordered. I actually came in, I just got to go pick it up now. And then install it and paint it, and then I'll show you it when it's done. I have another engine at a friend's getting rebuilt, actually 2 engines at a friend's getting rebuilt. I'm not going to mention what they are because I've been sort of postponing doing this update because of those 2 engines. So I'll wait till they make a return. And yeah, I probably should have done a before and after image, but I wanted to get them done quick. That and there are other issues, but I'm not going into them because they're not my place to say type of thing. So if you want a bit more information on anything you saw, go ahead and ask. But besides that, if you want to see a certain locomotive run, ask. I can get my hands on some Go equipment if you want to see them run with Go equipment cars, since I don't have any of those anymore. But I will do my best to keep everybody happy if they ask for something. There won't be a video of this running yet, even if I'm asked, until it gets a good look over, because it's still not running 100%. And I have nothing for it to run with because it's got the true British couplers on it. And nothing I own has the setup to hook up to those. Or I don't believe so. So once that's done though, there will be a video of it running. And there's also going to be a photo with it and my other British engines, because I have that one. The A4 derailed over there, jammed in a switch. And then I keep forgetting I can zoom in while I'm in a video in this new camera. And then I also have the Johnson single, an 060 Goods, and barn staple. One of my uncle's locomotives, as well as a streamlined Battle of Britain upstairs. So, and this is just a random load right now. It's a Hot Wheels car I'm stripping the paint off of and going to probably make it look like a wreck. But other than that, there's nothing else new. I'm still working away. I'm going to be buying decoders. I'm going to a show possibly this weekend with a friend. And if I can find decoders for the rest of these engines, because on these shelves only leave 1 or 2 have DCC. That Rio Grande's DCC'd. And I have a CNC liner in there somewhere. I forget which shelf I've put it on, but it's DCC'd. Oh, it's right there actually, it's right in front of me. That's why I thought it was over there, over on the other end. Besides those 2, nothing else on these shelves are DCC'd yet. So, I've got a lot of work ahead of me DCCing my collection. And nothing in these shelves except for one of those 2 triangles on that shelf in there are dummies. The rest of these are powered locomotives, so it'll be fun. But also some of these won't get DCC because they're the old toys that I'll probably just dummy and then put a sound bug in them so that they're just making noises. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as soon as the turntable comes in there will be another video. Thanks for watching. I know I'm repeating myself now because I'm trying not to forget anything, because I don't want to be making a little quick video afterwards showing something I forgot, because I've done it before. But that's it, I believe. If I miss something, I'll just wait for the next update. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your evening or day.